And it's supposedly one of the most premium, one of the most delicious, one of the most flavorful meats in the world. If you're new here, my name is Bobby and I'm a full-time traveler that strives to live my best way of life every single day. I eat everything and anything, stay in the most unique accommodations, and use every opportunity to blast my comfort zone. Currently, my goal is to live more in 1 year than ever before with 104 new adventures. And this is the start of adventure number 3. From grilling it yourself to the party-like restaurant atmosphere to, of course, the incredibly delicious flavors, Korean barbecue, it's more than just a meal, it's a specific part of life. Now the thing about Korean barbecue is the prices on it can vary tremendously, going from anything from like a very cheap like lunch deal of a place to sometimes places that are surprisingly, shockingly expensive. So this made me start to wonder, like, what are the hard differences between a cheap and expensive Korean barbecue place? Is the meat crazily better quality at the expensive place, or is the cheap place a little bit like on the edge of not being so great? So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today, trying a cheap and expensive restaurant that both have been recommended to me by locals here in Seoul. I love Korean barbecue and I'm incredibly excited to get started with this, so let's go. Okay, so welcome everybody to Hongdae. Now this area is a super cool vibe, mixing together a bunch of different artists that perform in the street and also a bunch of cool, cheap, and affordable fashion, including the massive M playground store. So just looking at all those clothes, looking outside of here, being in Hongdae, it kind of makes me wanna, okay, maybe not the mask, but enjoy today is the anthem for today. Also, I got a leaf necklace here just in case I forget my vegetables during this Korean barbecue day. But in all seriousness, guys, this store is freaking awesome. You just walk through the 5 different levels of clothing. Everything's super cheap. You hear K-pop blaring. All of your Korean fashion dreams can come true. Okay, let's go eat some Korean barbecue now. $10. All you can eat. What? Thursday? Yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, if you could just smell how good it smells in here. Let's get started. I ran out of room of where to put the meat. But anyway, guys, welcome to the cheap Korean barbecue place where you get unlimited pork neck and pork belly. You also get a number of different sides here, from kimchi, of course, to Korean salad, to bean sprouts. So without further ado, I've been waiting to say this. That sound is just so satisfying. Okay, so the meat is just about ready. Oh, I'm so excited. In Korean barbecue, there's about 4, maybe like 5 different ways to eat it. My favorite way being the first, the most, easy way, the traditional way of just having it with rice. So you get a tiny bit of your rice there, grab one of the pieces of meat, and it's simple yet, I believe, I've never been here before, so I believe that it's going to be so delicious. That's the stuff right there. Now, my second favorite way is probably because of my love for this specific item, but just a piece of meat with kimchi. The special tanginess of the kimchi combined with the juicy, just succulent meat. Oh, it makes for like a marriage of flavors that literally you cannot find anywhere else in the world. My third favorite way is eating it with the Korean spicy salad. Now in Korea, things get very spicy. Like about 6 months back, I did this video with this guy named Edmir, who's a professional mukbanger here in Korea. I'm gonna get this and then I'm gonna get 2 bites. And let me tell you guys, the next day was one of the worst days of my life.
This is Korean. Yeah. Coreano.
Coreano. Yeah, I'm still regretting that decision. But with the exception of like literally trying to punish yourself with spicy foods in Korea, the spice is actually incredibly good. So saying that the Korean salad is basically just cabbage and then that red sauce. Okay, now way number 4 is with a piece of lettuce. Just one piece. One piece. One piece. No! 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 Yeah, victorious. Also, you have to add the special sauce to your sumjung. Make a little like burrito lettuce ball wrap thing, and then boom. Okay, now the 5th way before I actually review the meat itself is, so you need to take like a little bit of broth here from the soup and just kind of like drizzle it on a side of your rice. And then you have literally a dish that you've created here of that meat, rice, and then right like on the back of there, that little bit of broth. That's some good broth. Time for more meat. Now, okay, so when this meat is grilling here, let's have a very, very serious review of this meat. Starting with the pork neck, honestly, it's really hard to do a good pork neck. It's a cut of meat that's normally quite tough. So when you're at a cheaper Korean barbecue place, obviously, you know, there's limited resources here. So although being good, juicy, well-flavored, it definitely is not like the utmost quality. Okay, so moving on to the pork belly here. Now, pork belly is always a good idea. It's a meat that honestly, in all of these 5 different ways of eating, is so succulent, so delicious, and just makes your heart feel absolutely warm inside. So I'm super impressed by this pork belly. Factoring in the meat quality, price point, the sides, everything about this meal, this place, it's gonna be hard to beat. You know, when you're doing such a video like this one, the importance of discovering what is better, the cheap or the expensive KBBQ, you feel like you almost can't wait for the next meal. And that's my case right now, and I was gonna wait till more of like an appropriate time at dinner, but I just took the metro and now I'm in the area of the expensive place. Now with that said, welcome everybody to Gangnam, home to many things from the famous song to skyscrapers to an area that's quite different than Hongdae. Gangnam is more so a more modern and I guess you would say like luxurious area, which makes sense because this is the most expensive Korean barbecue that I've ever personally seen. So anyway, right now I'm gonna go find this restaurant and let's have the best meal of our lives right here. Oh my gosh, welcome everybody to the expensive KBBQ place. Now, honestly, just looking around this place, it looks, you know, just like any normal KBBQ place. However, that couldn't be farther from the truth. You see, the meat that we're having here is called Hanwoo, which basically translates to Korea beef. And it's supposedly one of the most premium, one of the most delicious, one of the most flavorful meats in the world. However, I just ordered the massive set here, and it actually comes with like a ridiculous amount of sides, including beef sashimi. So let's get started with the appetizers. This is such a special meal. Oh my gosh. Next up is, of course, the beef tartare. Again, something that I could probably never find in the US. So this one's more chewy. We have officially taken it up a notch. In front of us is a pan-fried beef with their homemade kimchi and bean sprouts. And would you just take a look at like the glistening on that beef right there? It just like melts away right in your mouth. A nice big piece of kimchi. Put that on the beef right there. An absolute delicious looking bite. Holy crap. It's officially time. The Hanwoo has arrived at the table. Oh, I'm like a little kid on Christmas morning right now. Oh my god. Oh, so cool. I've never seen such perfection in front of me. I honestly feel like this is my long lost, like, mom making this food in front of me here. Okay, so first up in this very special meal is the sirloin. Personally, typically, I don't necessarily love sirloin. I think it's a fine cut of meat, I have no problem with it, but it's not necessarily my favorite. But what you do is you just dip it in a little bit of salt and you just experience the complete meat flavor right there. Holy crap, I am so freaking excited for this. What you guys are about to watch has literally been on my bucket list for years. Cheers. Oh my god. Guys, if you come to Korea, you have to make sure, and listen to this very carefully, run over here once you get off the airplane and eat this. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna eat it before it gets cold. The only thing I can say is this is literally how it looks like to write something off the bucket list. Undisputed must experience. So when I sit here finishing up, let's talk about who won today. And you know, I think it's really hard to compare because on one spectrum you have one of the best meals that I've ever had, and on the other spectrum you have a deal that's legit an incredible everyday deal. And this meal right here, it was $110. That's not something that, you know, you can spend every single day. And honestly, the flavor of the beef, although it was a 10 out of 10, one of the best flavors I've ever had in any meat before in my life, you couldn't eat it every day. So honestly, for an everyday meal, the cheap place wins automatically. However, for taste, for flavor, for value, even though this is $110, this 100% wins. So as I'm sitting here eating my dessert here that has an egg and noodles, what did you guys think? Did you think that cheap or expensive one? Depending on the taste, I know that you guys didn't taste it, of course, but the taste, it's a 10 out of 10. And of course the price. Comment that down below, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.